India has recently received its 58th tiger reserve, and the state of Madhya Pradesh now has the highest number of tiger reserves in India, which stands at number 9. So, Madhya Pradesh or the state of Madhya Pradesh as of now has 9 tiger reserves, and this makes the topic of tiger reserves in news. Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be talking about the new tiger reserve which has been added to the list of tiger reserves in India, and the name of the tiger reserve is the Madhav National Park or the Madhav Tiger Reserve. So first of all, about the points of discussion, first we will be looking at the news, then about Madhav National Park, then what is a tiger corridor, conservation issues, then procedure to designate tiger reserves in India, what are the procedure which follows, be it NTCA or the state government, and in the end a prelims MCQ topic is of relevance from general studies paper 3, that is environment and ecology, and specifically with regard to the tiger reserves. The news talks about Madhav National Park in Madhya Pradesh becomes India's 58th tiger reserve. So 58th tiger reserve, the 57th tiger reserve was also in the state of Madhya Pradesh, and that was Rata Pani Tiger Reserve. So as of now, Madhya Pradesh has 9 tiger reserves, which is the highest, and in total India now has 58 tiger reserves. Can be important, can be asked in the examination directly, and specifically with regard to the prelims examination, it can be asked how many tiger reserves are there, which state has the highest number of tiger reserves, which was the recently added tiger reserves, or which was the second recently added tiger reserve, which was the first tiger reserve. So anything can be asked. So the news talks about that the center has declared the Madhav National Park in Madhya Pradesh as the country's 58th tiger reserve, and the newly added national park was also the 9th from the state of Madhya Pradesh to get this recognition. 8th one was the Ratapani Tiger Reserve. And the Madhav National Park is situated in the Shivpuri district in the Chambal region, and as of now the Madhav Tiger Reserve has 5 tigers at present, including the 2 cubs which were born recently, and the birth of the 2 cubs was very much highlighted or was in news, and this talks about that how successfully the tiger conservation prospect is going on within the Madhav Tiger Reserve. Now this is the map of Madhya Pradesh, and if we will talk about the Madhav Tiger Reserve, then Madhav Tiger Reserve is situated in the north of Madhya Pradesh. So this is the Madhav Tiger Reserve. Now talking about the Madhav National Park. So Madhav National Park first of all is situated in the state of Madhya Pradesh in the Shivpuri district, Chambal region, and it is part of the Upper Vindhyan Hills, and it got the status of the national park in the year 1959. And then the Madhav National Park talks about, or it supports a diverse ecosystem consisting of lakes, dry deciduous and dry thorn forest. So the type of forest you can say is the deciduous type of forest that it supports. Then the Madhav National Park or the forest which is present within the Madhav National Park, it supports or it is home to tigers, leopards, nilgai, chinkara or the deers. So there are different ecosystem or the different varieties of flora and fauna which is found within the national park. Now talking about the tiger corridor, as the name itself is saying that a corridor which supports the movement of the tiger, or a corridor from where the tiger can move from one place to another place. So the park falls within one of the 32 major tiger corridors of the country. So in India, if we talk about, then the number of tiger corridors as of now stands at 32, which are operational through the Tiger Conservation Plan. And the Tiger Conservation Plan talks about the conservation of tigers all over India. And as of now, if we talk about, then in India, the number of tigers is more than 3,600. So more than 3,600 plus number of tigers are present in India. And if we talk about the IUCN status of tiger, then that is endangered. If we talk about the CITES status, that is Appendix 1, and the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, it comes under the Schedule 1. So it has the highest degree of protection in India. And the IUCN status or the conservation status can also be directly be asked in the examination. Then the Tiger Conservation Plan is implemented under the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. Star mark this point, can be asked. The Tiger Conservation Plan is under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. And the Madhav National Park is part of the Ranthambore Kuno Madhav Tiger Corridor of Central India and the Eastern Ghats landscape. So the tiger corridor of which the Madhav National Park is a part is the Ranthambore Kuno Madhav Tiger Corridor, and it covers Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. So corridor means, like for example, this is point A, this is point B, this is some state like for example Rajasthan, this is another state, you can say Madhya Pradesh. So there is a corridor through which the movement of tiger can take place from one place to another place. Then if we talk about the India's tiger landscape, then it consists of Shivalik hills and Gangetic plains, central Indian landscape and eastern Ghats, then western Ghats and the northeast. So these are the different tiger landscapes. Now conservation issues. So first, the park is currently facing displacement and rehabilitation issues as it is home to PVTG like Saharia. Now PVTG is particularly vulnerable tribal groups. So PVTGs are, you can say, the most marginalized among the marginalized people. So they are the particularly vulnerable tribal groups. And if we talk about the number of PVTGs in India, then it stands at around 75, and the highest number of PVTGs in India are found in the state of Odisha. So PVTGs, the displacement of the PVTGs and the rehabilitation issues of the PVTGs tribes as of now is one of the conservation issues which is being faced by the Madhav National Park, and PVTGs like Saharia stays there. Then PVTGs have some basic characteristics. Now what are the characteristics which signifies PVTGs? So some of them being, they are mostly homogeneous. It means that the tribe or the community, there is one single community to which they belong, and the outside community people or the outsiders are not very much involved. Then with a small population, the population or the count or the number of population is very, very small. Then physically isolated, they remain within themselves. Their social interaction is very less. So they are basically isolated from the outside world. Then absence of written language. They use simple technology. They are not very technology friendly. And then slower rate of change. So the change or the acceptance of the rate of change is not very high. Then if we talk about the other national parks in the state of Madhya Pradesh apart from the Madhav National Park, so that is Bandhavgarh National Park, Kanha National Park, Pench National Park, Panna National Park, then Mandla Plant Fossil National Park, Sanjay National Park, Satpura, Van Vihar, and the recently added was Ratapane, and now the Madhav National Park. Now procedure to designate tiger reserve in India. Now how a tiger reserve is designated in India? So there is one authority or a body, that is NTCA, and that is the National Tiger Conservation Authority, who is basically responsible for the listing of the tiger reserve in India, or that is the highest decision making body with regard to the tiger and the conservation of tiger in India. So let us talk about that. What is the process that is followed with regard to declaring a tiger reserve? So the initial proposal is that the state government, so the proposal that which site is suitable to be designated as the tiger reserve is done by the state government. So the state government proposes a wildlife sanctuary or a national park for designation as a tiger reserve, and it sees the significance and the tiger presence in that particular area. So the proposal goes from the state government. Then the proposal goes from the state government to the NTCA for the approval of the NTCA. NTCA is the National Tiger Conservation Authority. So NTCA, the proposal and conservation plan are submitted to the NTCA for review and evaluation, and then after the review or the evaluation of that particular site is done by the NTCA takes the final decision, and then the official notification. So the state government issues an official notification declaring that particular area as the tiger reserve, and this comes under section 38(V) of the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. So it defines it as a core or the buffer zone. So initially the proposal is sent by the state government, then NTCA gives the approval, but the official notification is also given by the state government under the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. Then monitoring and evaluation, how is it done? So the continuous monitoring by the National Tiger Conservation Authority and state authorities assesses conservation effectiveness and adapts management strategy as needed. So the conservation effectiveness and the management strategies is also looked after by the NTCA, that in that particular zone or in that particular area of a wildlife sanctuary or a national park which has been designated as a tiger reserve, that what kind of conservation efforts will be needed and how the management of that particular tiger reserve will be done. And specifically with regard to the core area and the buffer area, because core area is the area where the outside involvement or the outside area is not, or the outside involvement is not that much. That area is very, very specific with regard to the activities that can be performed, like the development activities or the concretization or the urbanization activities will not be allowed, or the mining activities will not be allowed, and that needs particular permission from the NTCA. So the state government issues an official notification declaring the area as a tiger reserve under section 38(5) of the dash delineating core and buffer zones. So you need to fill in the blank, and the options are Biological Diversity Act 2002, Forest Right Act 2006, Wildlife Protection Act 1972, or none of the above. As we have discussed this in the video, I expect you people to give me the right answer. So give me the answer in the comment section, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing, and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.